What's going on, guys? Steven Dedling here from Dub C Studios 25, and it's time to talk about the end of the NHL 17 beta. For some reason, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if you guys experienced this, but I could not play either Wednesday or Thursday, so I was pretty damn disappointed because I bought like 3 freaking Team of the Week cards and I couldn't play. So was a little upset, but anyway, we're gonna answer. Is the beta looking better than NHL 16? I don't know, you guys. We're gonna find out. You better watch the video and we'll see. But this is only about Hockey Ultimate Team. I didn't spend enough time with the other modes to accurately talk about them, but I will talk about my experience with Hockey Ultimate Team. This is gonna be a very informal review. This is not gonna be a stick up the ass, written in 20 seconds, reading off script review. So we're just going to talk about my quick opinions and what I thought about the game, what I think is better, what I think is worse, what needs to be changed. And yeah, so I got some NHL 16 in the background because I could not record 17 because, like I said, it didn't let me play. So anyway, let's get into it. So you guys, do I think it's an improvement over 16? Yes, it is. It is an improvement over 16. However, there are things that need to change. Let me talk about the things I like first. I'll talk about the new additions that I like, some things about HUT that I like. Then I'll talk about what I don't like. What I do like, I'm going to talk about the gameplay first and foremost. What I do like, and it didn't seem to work in 16, is when you hold down the left trigger, or L2 or vision control, whatever it is. I don't even know if there are other buttons for it, but vision control, you can like freaking precision perfect skate backwards and do stuff. Now this caters to skill zone, of course, and to backing up and poke checking online, but for me, I play against the computer for the most part, and I like to play Be a Pro and stuff, so I think this is going to help so much. Because Be a Pro, it's impossible to play defense like in 16. It's impossible. So I'm thinking that that's really going to help out. Net battles, of course, are going to help out. But yeah, it just kind of promotes skill zone online, and I played a few players that were doing it pretty heavy. So we'll see how that turns out. So I don't know exactly, but for me, I think it's a benefit because I play a lot of offline game modes. I think it's going to help a ton to be able to maneuver like that on defense. The defensive aspect is so much better. It's so much easier. Like in 16, if they would be skating in if they would be skating in, and you didn't get the hit on them or something, and they started setting up in your zone, it's over. Like you're at least for me, I was screwed. I could not stop them. This year, I could block shots much better. The poke checking seems to be improved 9,000 times. It is great. Defense is a win in NHL 17, in my opinion. And the other things, the net battles, when they work, it helps. Like, it doesn't seem to work all the time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I mean, and I even have players bigger than the other ones, because I remember in the little like coach feedback thing, it said that was a thing you have to be wary of. But I don't know, it didn't work half the time. But when it did work, it helped me out a lot. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. And there's also a downside to it, which I'll talk about later. But I like that. I like that new additions. The hitting 20,000 times better. Overall, just defense in general is what the improvement is in this game. And it makes it completely different. Makes it much, much better. Makes it much easier to play. I really, 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 really like it. It's very, very nice. So defense is awesome in this game. Now, the thing with offense is it's pretty much the same, except when you want to do like the cool short side, snipes and whatnot, like stuff I didn't talk about in my scoring video. My scoring video was more just, the like slot shooting with a wrist shot. But, if you want to do short side snipes and whatnot in 16, you could do it with a wrist shot. You could do it so easily. But now you have to do slap shots with it. So once I figured that out, like I figured that out after I did my scoring video, and I was like, well, whatever. But it definitely works, and I'm scoring a lot of goals and whatnot in NHL 17. The game seems harder to me. I don't know what the deal is. It seems a little more randomized. That's probably a negative. That's not something that's good. It seems a little more randomized. I just wanted to throw that in there about like difficulty wise. Like I'd play one team on All-Star And I play like the Red Wings. That's who I played a lot. They seem to be one of the better teams. And I played the Red Wings and beat them like 9-1. Then I play the Stars or something, or the Wild, and I beat them like 4-2 or 3-2 or whatever. And it was like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. We couldn't consistently do, the same performance, at least, a similar performance. Whereas in 16 I could score, over five goals or more in a game generally most of the time. So I don't know. That's just something that I noticed with this game, is that the difficulty is a little harder. Otherwise, like, at least for the gameplay improvements, that's all I can really say. The face-offs seem more difficult. I don't know what that is, but like, defense is the improvement of the gameplay in this game, in my opinion. That is the big improvement, is being able to hit, having more options rather than just backing up and poke checking, which never seemed to work for me in 16. So hitting is definitely getting an improvement, and that's definitely a plus in my book. So I think that's what's great about the gameplay. Now, what's great about HUT this year is I hope, oh man, them cheap packs, you guys, and being able to do sets. That's half the fun of HUT, you guys, is being able to open packs and stuff. And that's kind of lame, it sounds, to people who are new probably, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting players and seeing what I would get out of sets and whatnot, because I never spent any money in 16. You had to play like freaking 10 games to open one pack in NHL 16. Well, rather 8 games to open one pack, and it was just like, geez, and that's a small one. If you wanted to open the big pack, it was 17 games. It's ridiculous. So, and then you got to be buying contracts and whatnot. So it was a pain in the ass in 16 to build a good team, and you could never open packs for free. Whereas I hope they do that. I hope they just, kind of decrease the high overall drop rates and make the packs cheap, like it was in the beta. But I'm assuming it was just accelerated for the beta because of the short amount of time. But I don't know. I really, really enjoyed that aspect. EA, please make the packs cheap this year. Keep like the collectibles so you can get another free pack. That was awesome. I thought that was really cool. That needs to be in the game as well. I enjoyed it. And then the HUT rewards. I mean, you play a game on All-Star, and I think online too, and you'd get 1,600 coins for if you won. And I was like, whoa, that's 600 more than we got last. You got 1,000 last year, so it's pretty sweet. And that's not counting titles and whatnot, but like, yeah, the coins and the cheap packs, love it. EA, do it, keep doing it. It was awesome. And even if you do keep the drop rates, like, I'd like to be making multiple teams. I played the game a ton. I played like 60 games of the beta. So like, no, I played a lot more, and I probably played like 80 games of the beta. So I really think that it'd be nice to build multiple teams, build a team of defense, build a team of all, I don't even know, build a team of all Canadian players, all US players, all that kind of thing. I think that'd be a lot of fun to build more teams and be able to get every single card in the game a lot better. I don't know. That's just what I think. I don't know what you guys think about it. I think that 17 got the cards right, at least for the beta. I think that should definitely carry over. So I really like that. Now, what I don't like about the game, what do I not enjoy? The freaking AI on your team taking penalties.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke
Is really bad. Okay, so something that happens is if you're like board pinning somebody and you switch off of that player, like say the guy kicks out the puck and then you switch off the player, your AI will just keep holding them against the boards, and then you get a holding penalty. And that happened to me a lot. And another thing that happens is they go to block shots and they trip players all the time. And one thing I noticed is, like, I'll be taking a slap shot from the point, the guy will dive into me and I'll trip over him, and they won't call a penalty. Then it'll happen and the guy will just stumble a little bit, he won't even fall, and then I'll get a penalty for tripping. And it's like, what the hell, man? I got a lot of penalties in this game, and not for like, poke check, stick infractions, hooking from stick lifts. It was all holdings and trippings off of shot blockings, and a lot of the time it was my AI. And a lot of elbowings. Oh my god, I got elbowing non-stop. I don't know. I mean, there is I was hitting that elbowing button, I guess. There's that button to deliberately elbow, so there isn't, but I don't get why you get elbowing penalties. It's just something you can't even. It's like a cross-checking penalty. What do you, you don't even try. There's nothing you tried to do to get that, but you get it sometimes. So it's that kind of randomness. This game seems a lot more random. Like I said earlier, I had to talk about that because it's just always been on my mind. This game has a lot of randomness. I hate randomness in games because I think that there's a problem with the difficulty and how it's just randomly set up, and I don't like that about these NHL games, is that they're very random. With the attributes and stuff, you have a worse player, you're probably not going to get a poke check on a better player. It's not going to work. I don't know. That stuff needs to be toned down a little bit, I think. But the difficulty randomness, like how I said, I play a better overall team, beat them 10-1 on the same difficulty as a team I played, that's lower rated, and I only can beat them, a tie game, beat them in overtime or something, and it's like they scored on every shot. Like they only got 5 shots the whole game, and then they scored 2 goals, and I had 30 shots and I scored 3 goals. That's just not. I don't like that kind of stuff. And I'm doing good, doing one-timers, doing stuff, goalies freaking diving around, making heroic saves. I don't get it, man. I don't know why you do this, EA. It's not cool. But that's something I don't like. Now, the difficulty, they added another difficulty. They added a semi-pro difficulty. But literally, All-Star in this game sometimes, when it's random, feels like Superstar from NHL 16. So this game does feel harder, and they added this. I always wanted them to add another difficulty, for just to balance out the scaling of the difficulty in this game. And maybe it's just me, but yeah, it feels a lot harder. The game does feel a lot harder than 16. Maybe it's just because I'm not, completely used to it yet, but I don't know, it just feels harder this time around, and it feels, like I said, more random, so I don't really like that much. So I don't like the penalties, don't like that, don't like the randomness, and there's a few bugs, back to the cards outside the gameplay. Otherwise for that, the gameplay is not bad, but there's a few bugs in the menu, like your contracts getting messed up when you'd start a new game, it would fail to retrieve, and then you'd kick you out of hut, then you'd have to start over again and go back and check it out. And then it would sometimes I would go into my collection, I remember I'd open a few packs and then I'd turn the game off and come back, and all those players I sent to my collection were gone, and everybody in my collection was from the team I had 20 games ago, and I was just like, what the hell? What's going on? And then what I had to do was buy another player, send them to the collection, and then it would update everything, and it would go back to, what my hut team actually is, what's actually going on. So there's a few bugs like that. Those need to be fixed for sure. And I like the soundtrack. Soundtrack's pretty sweet. I really like it. It seems like it plays the same 4 songs over and over, but they're pretty good, so I actually enjoy it. It's a good soundtrack. I just figured I'd say that. But yeah, there's those bugs like that, and that player collection thing goes for the contracts and the healing items as well. I like how there's no boost. I like the synergy idea. It's great. There's not taking up pack space and whatnot. You're getting healings, you get contracts, and you have players, and I like that. That's a good thing, EA. But yeah, those bugs, those need to be fixed for sure. And then the little thing that happens, and I remember this happening in 16, where you press the button and the menu selection gets really fast and gets fucked up. So you press the button and the cursor flies to a completely different side, and it just I don't know how to explain it. If you press the button once to move over one slot in a menu, it should move over one slot, but it moves over all the way, and it messes up really bad. So then you have to turn your controller off, turn it back on, and it happened in 16, so it's back, but that needs to be fixed. Other than that, there was one other thing that was messed up. Oh yeah, when it does the cutscenes after a puck freeze or just any whistle, sometimes the camera's out of focus. I don't get that. Is that conveying realism that the cameraman had a bad day at his job? I don't know what that is, but I don't know, but it's that's weird. I don't know how that happens. It happened once in NHL 16 in my Stanley Cup playoff series, and I don't know how that happens, but that happens a couple times in this game. It happened way more often. So other than that, the bad does not outweigh the good for sure. And there's great, the defense in 16 I thought was horrible, so I'm much happier with this game. I like it. I mean, tone down that randomness a little bit. It seems like a freaking algorithm when you play the game. Like, it's completely random what a difficulty should be a difficulty. You know what I mean? So that needs to be kind of tweaked just a bit, and then I think we'll be better. And, you know, with updates, things will get better and better. So, you know, it's a work in progress. And, of course, it's just the beta. So we're going to see what happens. And I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to the game, you guys. I think it's going to be a very good game. I'm going to have a lot of videos about it. I'm sorry I didn't get my other ones out. Like I said, the game cut off for me, and I've been busy. So I have a couple films coming up. So anyway, that's what I have to say. I think the game is very good. If I had to rate this game, I mean, I'd give freaking 16 a 7 out of 10. Now, like, out of an actual game, I give it a 7 out of 10, but I really enjoyed it. Like, I played it enough to be a 10 out of 10, but this game I'd give it like an 8 or 8.5. I really enjoyed it this year, 17. I think it's really, really good. Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend that you guys buy the full game when it comes out. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's all I really have to say about NHL 17, the beta, and I would recommend buying it for sure, like I just said, and check it out, you guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, the customization and stuff. I forgot to even talk about customization is great. That's all I have to say. It's fantastic, just like it was, and the team creation is fantastic. So there you go. If you were wondering about that, that's all you have to say. It's great. Go check it out. Check it out for yourself. So anyway, that's all I have to say, guys. I appreciate you watching the videos and all that, supporting everything. And I'll have a lot of videos on NHL 17 when it actually drops in September. September 13th, I believe, is the release date. Check out the game. Buy it. It's pretty great from the beta. So anyway, that's all I got to say, you guys. I appreciate you watching. Please like, comment, share the video, subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks all for watching. You guys have a great day.